Señora del Camino, muéstrame la vía para llegar al Padre, al lado de tu Hijo. Well, good morning everyone. It's just gone 20 to 8 in the morning on Friday morning, the 25th of October, and now I'm safely back in England, staying with my big brother Dominic and Elaine, my sister-in-law, and he lives down near Gatwick. And I've got the chance today, and saw him last night for the first time, my new great nephew Rian, here with his mum and dad, Niall and Perina. So I thought it'd be good to round off this series of podcasts properly, with a very big thank you to God and a very big thank you to Our Lady from the patronage for the pilgrimage, and to all of you for all of your support in so many different ways. So I thought I must round things off properly. So the last time I did a podcast, we were getting ready to go to the cathedral for the pilgrim mass on Wednesday evening. The last two times that I've been there, there've been lots and lots of priests, and I've been to the one at lunchtime. The cathedral was packed in the evening, standing room only, but there was one of the canons of the cathedral, two priests who are students at the seminary, the bishop and myself. So the bishop was main celebrant, and I was had the privilege of doing some of the Eucharistic prayer, and the bishop did the blessing at the end. And so it was wonderful, really, and a very special celebration. See family there and other pilgrims who have met on the way. And then the Water from Mera, which is the huge thurible, they did use it that night, and it swings. If you've ever seen it, it swings right up to the ceiling either way. It's quite a sight, and the priest beforehand said that this was a way of giving thanks to God. So it takes 8 people pulling a rope to get it swinging, and then it swings right to the ceiling, and then they have to let it slow down, and then eventually one of them gets hold of it at the end just to steady it. And then we went for a meal, which was great, with family, with the bishop and with Michael, who's become a very good Camino friend. And then I didn't sleep too well that night because there's so many things going on in my head. It was exciting and relief and all sorts of things. So yesterday, I took the chance to sit for a couple of hours very quietly in prayer, just to have some stillness. And then we went to celebrate Mass. They do hospitality there, and Sister Mary Murphy, who looked after us very well with the volunteers, they have a Mass each day at 10:30 near where you get your Compostela certificate. And so the bishop was the main celebrant for that. And then afterwards we went and had tea and coffee and met some of the other pilgrims. And then we recorded a message in the square with the cathedral in the background, which was extraordinary to be able to do that. A message for supporting Caritas and thanking everyone. And then we went to, there's a cafe with outdoor seating nearby to the cathedral, and it's a very special place. Each time I've been 3 times into Santiago now. It's a special place of meeting. So we had a coffee there, and then we had something to eat, and then I said goodbye to Michael and goodbye to the bishop. The bishop's coming back today. Michael's staying for a few more days, then off to see his children who are at university in Dublin, and then back to Boston. And then we went to do some shopping. In the end, I got a plaque one for Dominic Lane, one for Trace and Tom, and one for me, all exactly the same, with the yellow arrow with the dark blue background, which a number of people have on their houses on the way to show the way. So I wanted something that was a shared reminder, so that we can each put that somewhere special. And then they had some beautifully polished metal shell design, the sort that go in the pavements in the big cities. And I looked at one of those, but then when I saw the price, I decided that no, that was far too much. And in the end, it worked out really well, because there was a relief map of the Camino Frances. I have one like that for the Lake District, but there's one for the Camino Frances that shows some other routes, and at €20 I am absolutely delighted with that. So that's in my bag, and that'll go up somewhere at home. Then it was pretty much time to jump into a taxi and go to the airport, and that was good. The first time in Santiago, I walked back in the other direction, but that's when I broke my foot, and I was thinking, why did I go? And I needed to keep walking. It was part of grieving, and I realised that God was walking with me even when I was walking in the wrong direction. The second time I went to Finisterre and Muxía, which is something that I do once, but I wouldn't do again. So this time to finish in Santiago was very special. And then to be coming home. I've got this day here with family. Then I come back on the train tomorrow. Perhaps that's as well, deep sea divers get the bends if they come back in too quickly. So all being well, I get the train back up tomorrow. I quite like to, at this time, walk from Bolton. And the first thing I do when I get back is to celebrate the Vigil Mass tomorrow evening. So those of you in the parish, all being well, I'll be seeing you very soon. And I know then saying, well, is this the last podcast? It's the last in this series. Yes, I've got some thoughts of what I hope to do. Possibly cycle to Lourdes. They do that before the diocesan pilgrimage next year. I'd love to walk to Walsingham. I'd love, over a number of stages, to walk the Francigena from Canterbury to Rome. But that's all in God's hands. What I'm really conscious of now is I continue to be a pilgrim. I continue to be a palmer. I've got so much to be grateful for from this part of the much bigger adventure with God, which is a vocation. And I look forward to being back in the parish now. So thank you, everybody. This is the end of this series of podcasts. Senora del Camino, pray for us. I just can't give up now. I've come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy, and I don't believe he's brought me this far to leave me.